We're gonna get these. While this is here, make sure the coffee cup doesn't break. We're gonna get my stuff, okay? These are my stuff that I put underneath the table. So I'm gonna get my stuff in my shoes. Okay. I know I don't have a set of clothes. I don't have a set of shoe stacks. But let me tell you how these shoes work the body of the Christ, because you have to be grateful what you have. Because buying all the time, you can accumulate so much stuff. Let me see if it's charged. Just a little bit. Okay, still going. Okay, we're gonna put this. My mind is sweating. Okay, I'm gonna lift this up. Lift this up here. Push it here. Put this here. Okay. There. Do you guys see it? Okay. We're gonna lift this up. I'm gonna go in here and put this here. Make sure it doesn't fall on you. Put this in here. Okay. Put it there. On the side. I'm a messy person, I know. These are all my craft stuff. So I need to get it out the way. Let's put them in there. Stacked in there. I'm gonna put that in there. Put that in there too. Make it fit. One more. We're gonna make it fit. Push this, push this, push this that way. On the side. Some people are not generous of what they got. And you should be. There. Okay? That's it. I'm gonna spray some of this because it stinks. The house. Let's freshen it up a little bit with some mint cologne. Some mint cologne. No, just kidding. It smells so good. It smells like a man. I don't know. It smells so good. It smells so good. That spray. It has this. It smells like them. It's called mahogany teak wood. Rich mahogany dark oak forest lavender. Concentrated room spray. That's why I spray it. It smells so good. It smells like a man's barbershop. Okay. Okay, so I turn that. I don't want to show you that. Scare me. Okay. And now I know. I just this one. Okay, we're gonna move this. Move this. Move this. Put there. Okay. We're gonna move this, and we're gonna put the dishes here because we're gonna need the stove. So in order to do that, you have to have the pots, an organized way of placing the pottery. Okay, this is really hard. So put this here. This is on the stove. Right there, it's stacked up right. Okay. Now we're getting this right here. This one, okay. So we're gonna get this. No, it doesn't go there. So this one goes underneath here. This go here on top of this. Okay. Move the big one. This is how you properly put the pottery together. Put that there. Got the big one. Put it on the small bottom one. Grab this. Put it here. Tuck in there. Okay. And then this one. And this one is small. There. Now we're gonna move this here like that. Okay. See how I did it? So this could be over here on this stove. And now we have free space. Okay, we're gonna put the tahini back away. And I'm gonna put it in right. Out. I see some bad. Some of them are empty too, like. Okay. doing the oil. Okay. Now we look over here. Okay. Now we're gonna get this. Okay. Clean the top. So, because the oven's on. When the oven's on, it gets cleaner. Okay. You have time. Throw it in the ground. Okay. Alright. It's already hot. Already hot. So we're gonna turn this on. I like it dimmer. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Okay. Now the pork ribs are gonna take a while to get cooking. I know. That one's my sister's. I think that's the one she's put on. This one. My sister Francisca. My mom had it and took it out. I don't know why. It was in there. This is the one my sister used. I could tell. I could tell she was the one who used this one. I just could tell. But that's hers. So we just put Francisca here so we can remember her in the kitchen. Her being in the kitchen, my sister. A remembrance of my sister. And give us good luck in the kitchen. And continue making for you guys. So she could be here strongly in spirit. And rest in peace to make sure that this recipe, this family recipe, come out delicious. I can make the calavecitas in beef. But traditionally, if my mom allows it, I could change it. But if she doesn't allow it in beef, then no. Okay? This is plastic, so we cannot use that, okay? Oil could burn the plastic. We don't want to burn the plastic, okay? So let's put that back. Now we have free time to move the table because I don't have nothing underneath there no more. Okay, get a glass like this one. Take off the top if it's glass. There you go. Use a glass. Okay, clean it. Clean it. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to use a pitcher, a scoop pitcher, a spoon pitcher to scoop up the oil of the butter. Okay. So it's been cooking on the stove top. Okay. So we're going to push this, take this out. Okay. We're going to get this. Make sure this doesn't fall on top of you, so hold on to it. And scoop out the oil of the butter. Because it lets out fat. It lets out fat. So tip it over and get rid of the fat. If you want to drink the fat, you can if you want. You can make a soup with it. We're going to take it out just a little bit. Because it needs soup, okay? Just a little bit of soup. Okay. Now, we're going to leave it just like that. Okay. Now, we're going to have to toast it, okay? So this ribs needs to be toast, okay? Toast. Okay, so we're going to have to cook this rib more in the oven. So pop it back in and toast it without the lid. Okay, so put it in there and toast it without the lid so you can get a crust to it. Okay, so the top is there. So the top is hot, okay? So we're going to get the top hot. Put it in the sink with the dishes that need to be washed. Have some running out water. Okay, throw some running water on the top. Okay, and let it cool. Okay, and just let it be. Okay, these are dirty extra. Have running water hitting it. Okay, so we're gonna have to take the stove. Like the way I say. Okay, so we're gonna get this, the little clip. Leave it there. It's probably hilarious. Now we're gonna turn color. Okay, put the table right there. Fruits here. The carrots is here. This is here. The tomato that goes in there. Okay, to make the calabacitas. And it takes the calabacitas. Okay, it takes onion. It takes tomato. Okay, tomato juice and 1 kernel corn. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna get my coffee real quick. I'm gonna get my mittens. I'm gonna leave my mittens here on top of the stove. No, it doesn't go there. It goes here in the hanger. Excuse me. Sorry, I apologize. I put that there. Where's the other one? Here's the other one. I put it here. And let's go take a smoke break. Okay. So all the fan is pushing out the cold air out that way. I'm gonna make sure that the door is cracked open. It is. So the cold air can come in. We're gonna move the chair inside the table like that. See it is. We're gonna get this. Let's actually get her tablet. Actually, I don't know what tablet is this, but let's charge it. Okay. No. I can't even connect it. Let me see. No, I don't even know the charger is like this. It's closed. It's turned off. Let's turn it off. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Where is my phone? Here it is. Okay, let's get this on. Okay. On the phone. I'm trying, okay? Because the ribs, they need a little bit brown crusting chicharrones to it, than just eating it just like that. It's called raw boil, okay? Raw boil, you can eat it like that if you want, but there's people who like raw boil pork chops. Means that it doesn't have any brownie crust to it, no brownie around it, and you can eat it like that, boiled raw. Yeah, it's fully cooked. It's just not texturizing with any brown crust on it. That's all. It has to have like brown crust to it, like a brownie toasting toast. You'll see right now. When I'm done, you'll see it. Let's try something. I'm taking a smoke break. That's why. And this is barely turning on. It takes forever to turn on. It's my mom's. Being a barber and being a cosmetologist, you're always on your foot. You're always on your shiny toes. Because you gotta always wait until the clients come in. I even stand like a barber and I even stand like a cosmetologist. And you could tell when a cosmetologist and a barber is in class or in session doing hair because we move a lot. We move out of place a lot and we're always switching foot, right to left, right to left, right to left. so we could relax our feet from standing for waiting for our next client to come in. That's why I always do a left right stand when I'm in one place, because it's like resting, it's like workout, and you're always constantly on your heel, back heel. Your back heel is right here on your foot. Okay, the more you stand laying on your heel, the more support you have standing for long hours. That's the proper way of standing behind a cashier. I worked as a cashier with John when I was 18 years old. I went to college at 18 years old. I was accepted to LA Trade Tech because I was already a continuing student in 2004. And yes, our family sent us to school, and if we play around in school, they get mad. They expect high quality A classes and C. So unless it's a passing grade, they don't want no fails. Passing grades is more paying out of pocket. We can't play around when we go to school. I know we gotta stay persistent and study harder and harder as much as we can, and try to get it. Sometimes we don't get it the first time, but it takes a couple time. It takes time and persistence to learn. Some people get it, and some people don't get the concept of what they're reading. That's why it's. I'll show you right now. Okay, I taught my brother how to read. I taught my brother how to read a book. I taught my sister the section of the fiction area where I go and get my fiction books. I taught her, my little sister Ruby, my little brother Ruben. I taught him how to read. Jasmine, I played Barbies with Jasmine. I didn't pick up reading with Jasmine, but Jasmine also picks up on reading. She reads a lot of books. Ruby reads a lot of books. She does the fiction area, which has to do with sexuality. With love is drama, not sexuality, it's drama. Okay, fiction has to do with a lot of drama, a lot of romantic books, a lot of intimate stories of hot flavor. There's that one from Zane Books. The boyfriend's the boyfriend's wife, the sister's husband is from Zane Books too. There is the G Spot from Zane Book 2, and there is hot flavor, and there is chocolate flavor, and then there is although they're all Zane books. They're all in the fiction area. The history is on the section of fiction area too, where the Holocaust is also in the fiction area. The Holocaust of the Jews. There you have the Renaissance. The Renaissance, you got to take that in high school. Renaissance, you read take more advanced and AP classes. Renaissance, you could take up on Renaissance and on fiction area. I think you find them there. It talks about the ancient times, what had to do with the Egyptians. Also has to do with the pyramids, how the artistic drawings were on those pyramids in those times. The Holocaust too, when it has to do with the Jews and the travel of Jesus Christ of the painting, and also we have to do with the Caesar Palace out in Rome. We have to study all that in Renaissance. We're in high school. Okay, that's a whole different subject compared to the century in the BCs and the ACs and the Holocaust before those times. Okay? I don't think we're hungry. Yeah, I had to go to school, and I did, and I still get A's. And I learned how to hustle selling burritos. I used to sell burritos, and I used to hustle my own shoes, buy my own clothes, buy my own shoes. I learned how to make money on my own. We sold burritos at school before they told her she couldn't sell anymore because she was making too much money. But hey, we got the fun of it, the kicks out of it when we were in high school, and we made a profit. She bought herself a car. We had a car in high school, so I was in the car always, and she had the keys to the high school, even though she shouldn't have. But we had fun because we're A students, and they know we were good students, and so we'll sneak out and then come back and do errands, and we'll come back to school and go take classes. And
sure we pass our classes. I did pass science class, but I was able to pass it with a C. That's weird because chemistry is the same way too. I didn't pass chemistry, but I did pass health class with a C. And I did take, I took sololism classes. I took intersection a lot. I took cosmetology in high school. They had cosmetology in Jefferson High School at that time. My sister was taking night classes, and I took a night class, and I took a one-on-one cosmetology intro, which I took in college. So I was already prepped and ready for cosmetology once I got into trade tech at the age of 16. If I ever go back to, as I went to get water, if I ever go back to trade tech and take my AA degree, instead of going to a university for 4 year university, I'll just go and take my AA degree, and that'll be considered a PhD in my field, because I don't have to take MA or BA or PhD, because all the other classes that I require for the education that I put myself into to study and educate myself, I have the technology of some type of technical trade underneath my belt. So it helps me out there in the industry outside company wise, like graphic design. I took graphic design in high school. Um, I didn't. I advanced in graphic design later on in entrepreneurship. I have artistic art abilities to um, copy and paste, and I do realistic life paintings too. Realistic life landscaping are two different things. Um, you have to catch the artistic of the tree blowing, and that's just with a canvas and sitting behind a chair. Copy and transferring pictures is has a picture here, and you have the picture, and what you draw here picture wise, you put it here. Your AP classes, in order to take AP classes, you also have to be a competitor in the competition. Completed the course at AP classes. I got my medal list. I got my medal AP art to complete the AP class to pass the competition there in order to get your medal for AP class art. So I told my brother, he gave me a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I took into consideration that he already read it, and he gave it to me because of that time that I taught him how to read when he was a child. So he picked up on the book reading because he was a little boy, and I taught him how to read. I taught him how to read the Wingfields, the blue book and the red book, the wheel of red book, and then there was the other one, Mr. Fig blue book. So I sat down with my brother, and he reads that. He is not a high school graduate, but he is a very literate in his learning. He is still in construction right now, and he has literate experience of reading. He's the only one that did finish high school, but I'm very proud of him because he's very literate in his reading and his mathematical. He needs help a little bit financially, but I think he has that in control because he read the book of Rich Dad Poor Dad, passed on to me as a financial reader. And so he has some type of financial reading, and he also has literate reading of in high school. So he kind of advanced, he kind of finished high school without even getting a certificate. So he just like left high school by the time he didn't have to even take college. So the younger they are, the more they jump out of high school. They have to get their high school diploma no matter what. But sometimes they make different choice decisions in life, and they start working, and they have a career at a time like that. Now he wants to go to school for construction, so he now could just pay his tuition into construction as a side job and also a side school. So he has his job and he has a side school to continue to get his construction. And she's going to a private contractor to go to construction school. He has to buy his textbooks, and he has to buy his equipment in order to do his intro to franchise companies who does contract licensing to give you the experience that you paid your way into that school. Okay. And that's the same my sister did, Ruby, and she went to American Career College. She paid her tuition to school. She didn't go to trade tech like I did, but she went and did American Career College, and she is a nurse, certified nurse assistant. She got the universal retail because of me. I took her to one of my programs. I was 18 years old, and I was 19 years old. And I was 20 years old, and she was 18 years old. She got the universal retail sales assistant, sales universal. I got the 24. I got mad because I didn't pass it. I wasn't gonna get it. I was so jealous. I only got the 24 retail experience of assistant. It's good enough to get a job, but it's not as the nationwide universal license certificate, the one that my little sister got. So I got her into the program. I showed her the fiction of the book area, and she's a heavy reader. And these are my little brothers. So I have to be around my siblings a lot to advise them good advice about what I did in school and to get my education of the GPA that I was at. Ruby went to American Career College, and she got honors in all her classes. She is a graduate from American Career College, and she is an educated and honor student herself. And I have my president honor and the honors and honor. Yeah, I have that. Okay, so anyway, that sounds conceited, anyways. Okay, we're gonna get this. I'm gonna take this out, all the way down. Okay, make sure you pull this out. It's getting toasty, brownie toasty. Okay, we're gonna get this going. We're gonna rinse it, let it cool off a little bit. I've been on the street. I have street experience. I've been struggling out there in the streets for a very long time. I got kicked out at a very, very young age, but I was able to go back to school because I knew where trade tech was at. So every time I didn't act up or I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing, I was going to school. So now I'm not going to school. I'm here with my mother. I'm going through some situation back home. So we're gonna stir this, okay? Make sure they're toasty, okay? The ribs. The bones are already falling off. The ribs. But make sure they're toast, okay? Toast the ribs. These are pork ribs. You can see that the bones are already falling off the bone. The bones are falling off the ribs. You put them in there. Cook it. Let it cook for 5, 10, 15, 20 more minutes, okay? And then this is cool off, so we're gonna get the pot. Let it cook for a little bit more. I take care of my mother while I'm here going through my own situation back home. So it was cool because we had teachers who would take notice of us and we were intelligent students and we would come back from school. Sometimes we would go and get like a shake or something or go to a store or get what we have to do errands wise and we come back to school as good students. And my friend Allie was already permit everything. She had a license to drive and we were driving around high school and they weren't supposed to give her the keys, but when you have juice like that in high school, you know, so hey man, me and Ellie were room, skirt. Let's do this. Where we going, chica? Where we going? For real. Okay, I'm waiting for this pork rib. What's missing? There's the beans. Those are the beans. Those are the pork rib juice. Ugh. The pork rib juice is extra fat. If you want to put it in there. It's just to make it oily, but because we have tomato juice, it's gonna make a lot of juice. It's gonna be juicy. Okay,
So now I was gonna put it for 5, 10, 15, 20 more minutes. I was, but I'm gonna cook it on the stove top, okay? To finish it off, because I wanna make sure this is ready by the time it's cooked. So we're gonna turn the nozzle to turn it off, okay? To make sure it's off. Only this one's on, okay? So right, the accent. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna take this out. We're gonna take this out. Now it's cooking. We're gonna put this on top of the stove. Then it'll be pork. Okay. Cook it on top of the stove. Now we're gonna get our tomato sauce. Take it out. Dump your tomato sauce in there. Okay. Get some more tomato juice. So we're gonna get a cup of water and then dump it in, okay? To make it juicy. Okay. Now we're gonna get the corn and we're gonna boil this high. And we're gonna take the other back too. And we're gonna get the top to that. Okay. We're gonna move this here. Okay, so we're gonna move it there in the middle. So it can cook on both sides. So make sure they're both high. Okay, right there. And cook it there. Okay. So in the middle, between this and this. Okay. So let it cook. We're gonna get a spoon. Stir the tomato, the sauce. Put in the tomato sauce. Okay. I know how to make it because my mom taught me how to make it, and I like to make it healthier as possible for my mom. So anything cooked in the oven with butter will soften up the butter. We gotta clean this. That splashes here. Okay, make sure you don't burn yourself. Make sure you get it because it's hot. Okay, so here. Okay, just be careful when we're in the kitchen because all this stuff is really hot. Okay, especially hot pottery. Okay, so hot pottery is what a lot of poor people they say used to use. Now they have like the deep fryers. So now people don't want to cook anymore because of the deep fryers. Manufacturer taking placement, let it boil and cook the tomato. Okay. Turn this off. It's so hot. The birds are chirping. They're chirping pretty hard. Okay, we're gonna go in. Oh, this is oil. We're gonna go in with the pink sea salt. Pour some pink sea salt on top of the pork ribs. Okay, it's boiling. Let it boil. I don't know. Probably. Stir the pork ribs. Let it cook. Okay. It was falling so much apart. Like the meat is just okay. The pork ribs. Okay, we're gonna put some corn. Put some corn in there. You can eat them like that with just tomato, or you can eat healthier with carrots. Okay, so we're gonna put the pork ribs with carrots. My brother never wants me to share anything with you guys. Okay. Let it cook. Stir in the corn on the corn. Clean it up. Clean this up. Clean this up. Okay. The sea salt, put it away. Sorry. I get distracted. Let's put that in there. And so we're gonna get the top. Okay. We're gonna want this toasty. Okay, move it right and let it toast. Okay. So that's a big top, yeah. Okay. And let it boiling. So we're gonna let it boil. Let's show you. See? Pork ribs, okay? Put that there. That's how we make pork ribs here in the house. Okay, this is my daughter and my mom. This is everything in there. My sister went to you see all this junk up there? I know. Some people want to clean that up, some people don't. That's what it's called, a fridge. Okay, let that cook. I'm gonna get out of this. I have this here. Oh, there's traffic there. Let's pick it up. Okay. I'm gonna get this. We bought the little tostada over there. Okay, they're probably gonna come in later. Okay, so we're gonna get some cherries. Now that we have the oven going, do you guys like what I like? I like to event. I like to make amazing. So I'm gonna get this, and this pancake mix. Okay, everybody, my name is Diana. I'm gonna make yellow cake for you with beets with coconut. Okay. Now we're not gonna use pancake mix because I usually use pancake mix, and I make wheat bread. Okay, that's what I use always. But I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it with bread. With fresh bread. I just came up with this a couple days back. I did it on beets, and it was delicious. I make a mess. Well, I don't make a mess. I just trying to find the I don't see it. Okay, we're gonna do it in this one. Okay, the bun. Okay. I have pudding here. Okay, I can put that pudding on top of this right here. That pudding is ready to eat. It's cold already. It's cream cheese and it has coconut. Okay. Now this dessert, I do advanced, like I'm not advanced. I do a lot of coming up with ideas. Not advanced. It's so easy. All you need is one of these. Okay, open this up. It's so easy to make a dessert. Now we have the pot. First thing first, we need the butter. We need this butter, right? The butter brush, and we need some butter. Okay, this butter is still here, so we're gonna use some of this butter here, unsalted butter, for the yellow cake. Okay, so we get a piece of butter. Okay. I'm gonna make an extra dessert for my. I'm gonna make a dessert for my family. We're gonna get this plastic, put the butter in there. Okay, melt it 1 minute. Okay, we're gonna get a towel. Let that cook. That pork ribs. Okay. Now we're gonna open this up. Put this here. Let's put this one up. I'm hot already. I want to have this shit hitting my face. Sorry, man, but I gotta have to fix you up. That's the butter, so we turn that off. Okay. We're gonna have to move the coffee. This is all cut wrong. Okay. Fold differently. Move this. Okay. Move that. And this here. Okay. Move all this here. Put this here. On the top. We're gonna move the tortillas. The 7 huaraches. Those are huaraches tortillas. Okay, to make the cake. Butter, let it sit in there warmly. Grab your cake. Frenchie likes to do recipe cakes, me too. My sister. We used to do this. We're not making what Frenchie used to make, but we're gonna make it differently. Okay. Put it in there. It's okay. Drop some more. So we pick up the flour. Do you believe in that? Yeah, but if you don't know. Okay, so here we're gonna pick up the flour and sweep it up. Okay. The cake flour, don't worry about it. You can always interpret it with pancake mix. Okay. So this is the flour. Get the box. It says okay, 1.5. It says 1.5 cup of great value vegetable oil, 1 cup of water, and cake mix. So I'm gonna put 1 cup of milk, 1.5 cup of butter. Okay, so this is how we're gonna make it. And we're gonna get the butter, and we're gonna get 1.5. In this box, it says cake mix, 1 cup of water, 1.5 cup of great value vegetable oil. So we have 1 cup of water. Yes, we do. We have it. We do have 1.5 cup of great value vegetable oil. We do have it. But I'm going to interpret. So what I'm going to do is use the cake mix. Of course, we're going to use it. Instead of 1 cup of water, it's 1 cup of milk. So 1.5 and 1.5 makes 1 cup of milk. Put the milk. In this for now, okay? Let's put it in here. Man, because they're probably chanting or something. But we're gonna put it in there. Okay. So we're gonna put that there. No, because I'm my sister. And this is what my dad and my mom has here. My mom has in her house. And we put 1.5 cup of milk, okay? Now we interpret that with milk. What's the top at? I have the top. So it's fine. Now we're gonna get 1.5 butter. So put the butter in there. Melt it. Grab a spoon. Okay. Get a little bit of butter. Put it in there. Interpret it in there. Okay. Put it in there. Put it in there. Okay, we're gonna put the spoon in there, put there, microwave it 1 minute. While that's cooking on the stove, we're gonna get the milk and the butter, okay? And this is how you do it. You're gonna have one of these whiskers, the whisk, okay? Take it out. We only have 1 bit of it, okay? This one.
I like to put betabel in my cakes. Okay, it's very sweet and healthy. Okay, so we're gonna cut the betabel here, and we're gonna peel it. Okay, so peel the betabel, peel it, peel the skin. Beets. Betabel is beets. Get some beets. Some beetroot. Okay, peel the skin. Throw the skin away. Get a betabel. We're gonna get a small pot. Put water. Put a little bit of water and put the beet in there. Okay, let it boil. The beet. Now we're gonna get the blender. I'm going to yeah, my family didn't like my cooking over there from Korea. I'm looking for the blender. And I can't find the blender. Where is the blender, Mom? Where did you leave the blender? Okay. The blender. Where is it? Okay, here's the brown part. Where is the blender? Blender. I can't find the blender. How do you expect me to blend stuff down? I don't know what you're doing. These always disappear here. That's what I hate about them. You have to move around to look at what we have. I'm blaming everybody and I don't even look my damn self. Okay? So we're gonna connect the blender here. Okay? This is so easy and simple. The milk is in here. Okay? So I already had a place to put the milk. So we're gonna put the milk in there. Okay? We're gonna put the milk in there. We're gonna get the butter. The butter fell all over the place, so put some more butter in there. We're gonna get this and clean it out because the butter fell. Put it into the cup. Squeeze it into the bowl, like slide into the cup. Okay, you have to clean that. Put the butter in there. Okay, 1.5 butter. Okay. The oil. That oil is trash. It's no good. That's the pork rib oil. This is this. The betabel is gonna go in there. So wait until it boils, and we're gonna take out the bread, the yellow cake. This is the water for the to make the cake, the tart cake, in the pot of I don't want to make it in that one. I want to make it in that one. The pie crust container. So let me move this real quick and let me find the pie crust container. There it is. Okay. This is a pie crust container. So we're gonna my sister, I think she used to use this one to bake with it in Thanksgiving, but we're gonna present it to my mom. And this one, instead of using the other one, probably won't like it. I don't know, but because it reminds her so much of her daughter. But we're gonna make a surprise for my mom. We're gonna get some coconut that I usually get and pour the rest of the coconut in there. Okay. Let it boil. Let it boil. Okay, get this. We're gonna put this here. Okay. This is the cake flour. Okay. Stir it. Okay. Let me see if I find more pudding. Okay. That pudding can eat, but that pudding is not edible. So always like put it here.
So this is chocolate vanilla jello. Okay? It's not calling for any ingredients like I did the jello, the pudding last time, okay? If it didn't come out, it didn't come out. No fue tu tiempo, no fue tu tiempo. So all we need to make the pudding is 1 box of jello chocolate. The bread is cooking, so we're transitioning a lot. So we have a lot going, okay? So to make the jello, you need 2 cups of hot water. 4 cups of water. 4 cups of milk. This one requires 3 cups of milk, so even better for me. So grab the measuring cup. We're gonna get 3 cups of milk. So we're gonna get the milk. The cold milk is here. We're transitioning, remember, okay? We're doing a switch right now. So this is 2 cups. 1 cup. Okay, 2 cups. Okay, now we need a lot of milk. Okay, 1 more. Okay. To make the dessert. Okay. I know I'm a dessert. I'm just making a lot of food. But it's my sister and my mom, we all eat, so we have to make something to have all of us to have a chance to eat something delicious, okay? And some people are not grateful what they have in front of them, and sometimes you gotta be very grateful what you have in front of you, because you never know. You don't know when it's the last meal, but God always finds a way to always benefit you in your journey of being appreciative of the food that you have. Stir this all around and make sure this pudding gets hard. Now we're not doing no Mickey Mouse on this one. This one only requires this right here. So let it dry, okay? Put this here. Let it get colder with the milk. This is what we're gonna put for the cake. Okay. We're gonna get unsalted butter. Where is it? Where's the other half? Okay, there it is. The other half of the butter. Okay. We're gonna get some butter and butter this. Okay. Butter it. No, my mom doesn't like it that much, but she has it there in her house, so she still makes it. And she still has it in her stack of food. We should make it still. We make it still. Okay. So we have this already ready to put the cake. Okay. We get this. Okay. And we have dishes dirty. We're gonna check on the pork ribs. Are they toasting? Yes. The pork ribs are toasting, so we're gonna put it here. So now we're doing top stove cooking from the oven, straight from the oven. This is boiling. Wow, it's sizzling. Okay. So we're gonna put that there. Put it over here at the top. Grab this. Now they're getting stuck to the tomato, so make sure you're stirring it. Make sure they're toasting. Make move around the area. Okay. Don't worry about too much if it gets stuck. But it has to be tomatoes, cooked pork chops. Very reddish. Okay, that's how it's supposed to look. Now we're gonna get maybe a cup and a half. Okay, a cup and a half of water. Put it in there. Okay, 1.5 cup of water, and we're gonna get water's good. Because it's gonna make the sopita. It's gonna make the soup of the calabacitas. So make sure this is all scrubbed off. Okay, even though if it makes a mess on the stove, you can come back and clean it. We're gonna take every little thing off the pot to make sure all the black pepper is on the tomato sauce. Because that's what's burning. It's the black pepper. Okay. So
So if you have a pot and you know how to cook, you scrape off any top, any scrub, any strong cooking on the pot. You scrub it a little bit. So when it's time to rinse and wash the pot, it's okay. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna get this, remove this, clean this, okay. Let it keep boiling, okay. It's cooking on the 2 stove, okay. So now we're gonna get the calabacita and the onions and the tomatoes, okay. Put it in there, okay. This is very healthy for pork ribs. Okay, we're gonna stir this. Make sure it's all in there. Stir it. With the calabacita. This is healthier in the oven than this all completely on the stove top. So stir this very well. Pork ribs with calabacitas with squash. Calabacitas is squash. It's very healthy for you. It's Mexican squash. So we're gonna make this. I don't make pork ribs at where I used to live because my husband doesn't like problem is with him anymore. I don't live over there anymore. But because of the situation, he doesn't like pork ribs. So I stopped making it. I don't make it because he don't like it. I like pork. Only beef. And too much bread is just too much bread. You have to eat varieties of meat, okay, to stay healthy. Pork rib you don't always eat. Pork rib is more fattening than beef. But if you cook it healthier in the oven, like I do with the pork ribs and the beef, I cook oven and then stove top. Okay, there. So we get this. I'm pretty sure what's in here. Nothing. Okay. We're gonna get the betabel. It's boiling now. Okay. The betabel is boiling. We're gonna get a dough knife, and we're gonna get this here, where the beet is cooking with a little bit of water. Okay, be careful. Try to cut the beet into a slice. See if it's ready to blend. Okay. Okay. Just a little bit. Boil. We're gonna put not the juice, but a little bit. We're gonna put the beet that's in there. We're gonna put it in here. Okay, in here. Okay. I'm gonna move this. This is the peach. This is the pie that I should use. We're gonna put the beet in there, and we're gonna put a little bit of juice of the red juice in there. Okay, red. Okay, put that down. Oh wait, put this over there. Okay, we're gonna get this and put this here. Okay. Now we're gonna get coconut shred. We're gonna toast the coconut shred. Put it on the oven. I'm gonna put it in the stove. Let that cook. Okay. Removing this out the way. Put this here. The oven, turn it back on to 300. Is anything in there? No. Put it on to 300. Okay, this is how the betabel looks. I blew it really fast. So take it out, put it in there, into the cake batter. Okay, put it there. Now get a spatula and stir your cake batter. This is different compared to how my sister. I like to event a lot. Yeah, I do. Me and my sister, we all cook differently. But I like to invent a lot on my cooking because I like to come up with new ideas in the kitchen because I have a daughter. I have to take care of my daughter, and when it's stiff like that, I know what's missing in the batter. I know what's missing in there. So my sister, she likes cherry. So we have cocoa. Okay, turn off cocoa. She likes cherry. My sister likes cherry. Okay. So we're gonna get the cherries. So putting cocoa, yeah, we put cocoa. We're gonna put cherries. Does any of you guys eat cherries? Where's the cherries at? I know I took the cherries. Here, tomorrow. Okay, here's the cherries. So I already taught you guys how to poke cherries. Okay, this is cherries. How to poke the cherry out from the seed. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get the juice from the cherry. We're gonna use the rest of the juice. Put it in there. Some of it, that's like gonna have a cup of beets juice. So stir. That's what it needs in the beets the batter. So stir. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the consistency of it. Okay, I'll put a little bit more. So we're gonna put the whole thing in there. The beets juice. It's really good. It's healthy. It's good for your heart and your blood. The beets, because it's red, and it's a beet of sweet. It's a fruit beet. It has fruit and sugary, so it's a fruit sugar. The beets. So we're gonna put it in there. Okay, we're gonna get cherries. We're gonna get a couple cherries. Okay, like that. Okay, that's for frosting. Okay, we're gonna take out the top. Take out the top cherries. The stem of the cherry. You guys, I should have known this. It's homemade. Okay. I'll show you now. Okay. I went to ACW rehab. I went sober and came out sober. It was a hard course for me. I've been through a lot of programs. I've been through a lot of classes. I did a lot of reading. Okay, take that out. I'm gonna get a straw and push out the seed. Maybe my mom should work on her seed of cherries. So we should dry these cherries. So we're gonna get this. Put it in there. Okay. Put that there. Okay, there. I'm calling food. Okay. YouTube. I learned how to do this by YouTube. YouTube has a lot of cooking stuff, like tips and shit. Not cooking. I need to make some of the recipes. But I like them and made them, and it helped me a lot to advance in my cooking. I read books, but and doing it live is not as easy as people think it is. Because, there's a lot of editing and there's a lot of criticism from people. And people don't really always say nice things. And sometimes you want to give up. But nobody's never going to ever say anything good. Because they're always going to be so conceited and they're like, I'm going to do it this way. I'll do it that way then, And they're very critical. Even cooks are very critics about how people cook. We're going to put the seed away. So we're going to plant some cherry seeds or some cherry plants. That's why I don't like her, the one from rehab. Because she was like so conceited. The lady, she was like, I don't want to complain. But I like that rehab a lot, but it's just a hard course. God puts everybody in their place to learn at a certain time at a certain pace to appreciate what it is to be in rehab or understand why you're in rehab. So we're gonna cut this cherry like that. Cherry this. Okay. Cut them in little pieces. I could have been in the kitchen, but I decided to be the dishes washer, even though I did dishes at home, but I cooked. I've been cooking for a very long time. Okay, we're gonna get cherries and we're gonna kill them just like that. Fresh cherries. This is dangerous, but make sure it's a dull knife. Okay, not the Sharpie ones. Okay. I know when to stop, how to cut and stop this. Not to cut myself. Okay. If you don't want to do that, put it on the floor. Okay, that's the cherries. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the toasted cocoa. Okay, we're gonna toast it just a little bit. Okay, before we put the cherry. So we're gonna go and put the filling of the beef. Okay. Because this bladder of yellow is really sweet. Okay. So put beta vid. The stronger you put more beta vid, the more stronger the cake color it will come up. So we're gonna get all this. Okay. This is what I do when I do at home. I cook at home. Okay, we're gonna put that there. Okay. Okay, like that. Okay. So we're gonna go in and put cherries. Okay. Dazzle some cherries on top of your cake. Okay, that's the cherries. Okay, where is that? While that's cooking, the pork rib is cooking. We're gonna get the spoon. The right stays on top of my shoulder. Okay, at the top. That is cooking. This is not the spoon for that. Just put this here. My mom thinks. Oh well, coconut. I was gonna show you. I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut anyway. Maybe because they were jealous of the coconut. Okay, let's get it, people. Don't be jealous of the coconut. It's just coconut. Okay? Coconut is my mom's favorite thing. Is coco. My mom loves coco. And my dad taught me how to. I looked on the internet. Not internet. I was watching television and I learned how to take coco. So I got a bundle of coco. So I'm going to turn that off. We're going to transition, okay? Remember, it's hard. This is hard and boring. Okay, so we're going to stir this a little bit. Okay. Okay, the oven is on. We're going to turn this. That is boiling. Boiling. It's boiling. Bring it down to a simmer. Okay. Now we're going to get cocoa. A lot of people don't like coconut. But we're going to get a little bit of cocoa and put it on top. Remember, this is really hot, okay? So get it with your spoon if you want and put cocoa. Okay? There. This is bread. Okay, this is bread sweets, okay? Now, this is for the dessert. And then we're gonna put a little bit of sugar. Put some sugar. Okay. That's all you need. Just a little bit of that. Right there. Now we're gonna get this and put it in the oven. Take out this, put this down, and we're gonna get this and put it in there. Okay. Put that down. Now we have the pudding. Okay, I'm gonna stir the pretty. Now we're gonna have to put it in the freezer because it's so hot. Okay. Now we're gonna get this bone, take this out from the pudding, the chocolate pudding, and put it in there. Let it get cold. Now we get this. Me and my sister, I advance very, very highly in my cooking when I started reading a lot of recipe books out there. And I was in rehab writing down recipe books, how to make a cake, how to make a fudge cake. I was reading a lot of recipes. I have recipe books. When I was in rehab, I was writing down a lot of information about cooking when I was in rehab. I was reading a book when I was in rehab. Learning, educating myself, new Bible books over there. They have Bibles right there. So this is the pork ribs. They're probably eating already out there. My family. They're probably eating out there. Okay. I've made beets before. It's good with cakes. I make beets with other type of recipes. I make beets with the original beet, with vegan beets. All that cooking. I like to do something always new. Every day, it's something new every day. So we're making the table. Put this here. It's never the same. There. Push this off. Take it here. Grab this rag, goes over there, throw it over there, because we're going to wash the dishes right now. It's been cooking on top, on low. So now we're going to put it high, let it boil. We're going to use another spoon, stir this. It still takes a while to cook pork. Cook pork is really skimpy to eat. Okay, it's supposed to be shredding already. Okay. Okay, now I taste the tomato sauce to it. Okay. Okay, it's sweet and tangy. We're gonna turn this off. Put the top back on. It is ready. Okay, so it is ready, and this is how it looks when it's ready. Okay, the bone is coming off. You see the bones already there. 1, 2, 3, 4 bones already came off the pork rib. Cover it so the heat won't come out. Let it freshen up a little bit. This right here, we put that there. Those are the beans. Those are the calabacitas. Okay, the beans don't look too presentable. Okay, because I still haven't smashed these beans, which my sister don't know yet. She ate some beans earlier today in the morning, and these beans needs to be smashed. But she was already cooking, already got some since the morning. So I'm gonna get here, put the beans here, put it in here so we can wash this pot because it's too much of a big pot. We need to make room. It's starting because it's hot and sticky. We don't want to lose the beans. We can eat it with beans. Now I have a lot of dishes to wash, as you can see. Okay, now we're gonna put this here. We could also put butter to cook with. Okay, of course, because butter is oil. That's what people don't understand. Butter is oil. Okay, they say it calls up an artery, but it's actually made out of yolk and handmade home. People usually make butter from home. Okay, put some butter in there. Okay. Let it cook. Stir this. They say this, don't use the same spoon. Don't worry, because I'm going to dump that back in there. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this spoon.
This is the spoon for this spoon, so it goes here. It goes here on the side. It stands there when the friend is ready to eat. Okay, it stay there. This is the potatoes, the beans. I mean, smashing it with cheese. Okay. Now I put butter. Now we're gonna put a little bit of milk into the beans. Just a little bit of milk. Okay. And then we're gonna put a little bit of, sorry, it happened. This is too much stuff for me. Okay, so we're gonna get that, and we're gonna get a little bit of salt. Okay, put some salt right there. Okay, a little bit of salt. Put that back in there. My mom has a lot of it. Okay, put this here, this one there. Stir this with the milk and the beans. Those are what you call smashed beans. It takes milk and the beans and cheese and salt. Okay. Now it has cheesy cheese to it. So we're gonna take this out, put it on the napkin, and smash it. Smash the beans. Make sure all the beans are smashed to make the canned beans, because these are fresh beans. Okay. Put this on the stove, okay, on the pot, and then put it here, and all of it, I'm bumping to here. Okay, turn this and it's served. And these beans are ready. Okay. So we're gonna cover it, put the top there for the beans. That's the beans. So now we have this and we have that. Okay. Now we need something for the beans. We need a spoon. I don't know. A spoon from this one. So this will be our spoon, a clean spoon, and we put it towards the stove here in the corner of the pot. Okay. So like that. So when they come and serve themselves, they have the spoon there and they come and get their food. Okay. So they serve themselves. But look at all the dishes. Just what chef people don't like to do is the dishes. Really do. We don't. Because we have to get them out the way. So that's us. And we have some tea, dessert, cake, yellow cake with what else did I put in there? Cherry? No, I didn't put cherry. I put butter and milk. Okay, so we're gonna grab this one. Grab that. Put it there. We eat it with rice. We eat that with rice. I didn't make no rice because I don't know if they want rice. I made dessert. There's beans there. I don't know if I want to make the rice because I'm still waiting if they want rice. I'm debating if they're gonna make something else with that besides rice. Okay. I have a pickle that didn't finish. Just put it in here. Just gonna wash that. Pickle here. Then it's put in the fridge. This is my mom's house. Okay. Don't judge. Okay. Don't judge. Okay. This is my mom's house. Okay. Okay. I'm from Tijuana. My mom's from Tijuana. Okay. You're gonna get some soap. They say we don't know how to cook. Dicen que las mujeres de allá de Tijuana no saben cocinar. Dicen que las mujeres de Tijuana no saben cocinar. So, okay, we're gonna put that here. People drink gossiping about
women from Tijuana that we don't know how to cook. Okay, whatever you say, man. Just leave the girl alone. The girl's just doing her damn job. You know? Alright, well, we're gonna clean this bowl. We're gonna clean this beans and we're just gonna empty it out. You're gonna have to get it out the way. Dishes have to be done before anybody comes and serve themselves. You don't have to put them away. You just put them there, wash them, and let them air dry. Put some cross and some bleach. I don't used to use bleach before, but I do now. So that's what my mom used in her house. Okay. It kills bacteria, especially from COVID. So we have to clean it. So the animal use blood. And beans, you know, they get old, or they cook overcooked in the same pot, they get old. Disinfecting the pot, I put it into another pot, so the beans can continue to be ongoing use for the bean pot. Boil beans. It's a pot of beans, okay? A pot of beans could be you could use cross pot to do your beans. You could put some onion, you could put chili in there if you want, however you like. And then you go and you can make bean soup, which I do. I make bean soup. And it's a Mexican bean soup that I traditionally do for my family. I used to make that for my father when he was sick. I used to take care of my father, and I used to make bean soup for my dad. Me and my dad used to be in the kitchen, and we used to cook, and I make bean soup, and that's how I make bean soup. My sister Frenchie learned a lot from me, learned from her. Onions and tomatoes and jalapeno to make bean soup. I learned from my dad. Me and my dad started making bean soup. Now I put bacon in the beans to soften up the beans. Some people do it, some people don't, but it increase a little bit of different flavor to the beans. Or even jalapeno gives it a different flavor. Some people like it, some people don't. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Just don't do it. Just don't be in my area, my lane, and don't do what you don't like to do. Just stick to what you know and what's given to you, hopefully it's given to you, and that they teach you, and you can continue an old tradition or keep a different one. But thank God I'm related to my father, and he taught me too. This is what I get, and this is what you guys get. Being close to my father. If not, then I would have never been made, right? It would have never showed up. It would have never showed proof. And my dad is not here, and my mom's not here, and you guys see that they weren't lecturing me how to do it because I still know how to do it. You know, I'm still here doing it without no help. This is an old recipe that I learned when I was young. And I don't make it for Maggie because Kelly doesn't like pork. Maggie likes a la chica. My mom still cooks it for Maggie. This is for the microwave. They say Tijuana women, you don't know how to cook, and I think that's very insulting. And people just say something. People shouldn't say things like that about women from Tijuana, like my mother. I take pride of my grandfather, which is my dad, and his family, Italian. We cook a lot of pasta. My mom knows how to make pasta. My mom makes a traditional pasta. It's almost like the picadillo, just like the lasagna. Okay? It tastes ground beef. So I know how to make Italian dishes too. I make the Italian cold dish, which is your cold spaghetti, and I also make the hot lasagna with meaty. I can make the basic vegan tofu lasagna with wheat lasagna. I can make lasagna with ground beef, meaty, and I can make the basic meaty lasagna that my dad traditionally made for the family, and I kind of make it meaty now. And I make it the basic lasagna. So American wise, so I kind of try different dishes to make different tastes to my mini lasagna. My mini lasagna takes sausages, it takes weenie, it takes a lot of cheese, a lot of onions, tomatoes, and picadillo, and the butter on the side, so the pasta won't burn on the edges of the lasagna. Just clean it to the max, how best you can to get all this out. So that so you won't get too up on the head. Clean that. Take this out. They made me the dishwasher at home. But I already knew how to wash dishes at home. So I've been washing dishes for a long time. I put myself in programs because my smoking addiction, so I had to do smoking for a while, and I'll pick up on it. Now I can enjoy my cigarette for all the months that I didn't require smoking, especially when I was incarcerated. I didn't smoke either, so it's like a cigarette is like damn a blessing. One cigarette sometimes is like enough for me for the day. I'm serious. I don't overabuse it because I had to take months vacation breaks from cigarettes, maybe for 6 months or maybe 2 months, 4 months, and then I go back on it. I take breaks. When you don't take breaks and you're always constantly smoking month by month, day by day for 4 months straight or 5 months straight or a year on, you don't know how to take breaks for months, so you don't have to smoke for them. Sorry. That was really rude. I apologize. I wash my face. We're gonna take this off. Put the straw here because that's just still dirty and it's still dirty. Dishes are still dirty and they're buttery, okay? So they're fast washing dishes, okay? I just wash them really fast. You're gonna put that there. You're gonna put that there. The container here. This is here, okay? This is put away. Let's put this away. Food is ready. The only thing supposed to be ready when we're watching is the bread. Okay, the bread, I'm gonna keep eyeing it. There it is. Cherry. Okay, let it keep going up. It needs to come up. It needs to I'm gonna put chocolate cocoa. Now there's a different way of doing it. When the cake is ready, okay. I need help. What do you guys think? Do you think I need help or should I make rice? Should I make rice or not rice? I already made a freaking mess on the floor. Is that dirt? Oh. Let's see. This is for tomorrow. Hershey and cinnamon. Okay. Okay, this is sugar already here. We're gonna get some here. We're gonna get the spoon that I didn't clean right. We're gonna get a half a cocoa. Okay, put some in there, and a half spoon, maybe like a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon of cinnamon and cocoa. Okay. And sugar, okay? And 1.5 cup of sugar. Not teaspoon. Teaspoon and 1.5 cup of sugar. 1.5 cup of sugar is this amount of size. 1.5. When it's 1.5 teaspoon it's a different 1.5. Okay, so it's 1.5 teaspoon. Let's try this. It has butter here and shit. My gonna be mad. She's like, this is all buttery, but I'll try. Where's the other one? Here it is. Here's the spoon. Let's try it one time. I'm lazy when it comes to dishes sometimes because it's a long day. Sometimes you just want basically the buttery part that needs to be dry. Okay, this is 1.5, and 1.5 teaspoon is here. This is 1 teaspoon, and this is 1.5. Okay, this is 1.5 teaspoon. Okay, and this is one. It's already going away. It's already going away. This 1 teaspoon, and this is 1/3 or one-third of teaspoon, 1/2 of teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and 1.5 cup of 1.5 cup of water or milk, or just 1.5 cup. Okay, compared to teaspoon. You gotta have some type of I used to bake with my sister. Well, anyway, they're not gonna do it anyway. So here, look. So we're gonna stir this, the cinnamon and sugar and Hershey cocoa. Okay. So stir. Now let's see if we can find rock sugar. Okay. Which I did. This is rock sugar. Rock sugar is sparkly. Okay, sparkly and it's rocky. Okay, so here's 1 spoon of sugar. Put it in there. Stir it in there. The rock sugar. We're gonna get another teaspoon of rock sugar and put it in there. This is very glossy. It looks like rock sugar. Okay, the other one was basic sugar. It was from another brand. But we're gonna put rock sugar on this one. No, I don't know about their cake. Study Rose Family Cakes. They bake too, but I don't know how they bake. I bake how I bake, but I feel like we have different types of baking. Okay, so we're gonna put this in sugar and use this glossy sugar. Okay, now it's a glossy sugar, cinnamon. Okay, chocolate cocoa. Let's see if it's raising. It is. So we're gonna get. I'm gonna make it presentable. Shit, why not? We're gonna put it on this plate. Okay? Why not? Why not? Why can we not? Why not? Why am I gonna get yelled at for something? I'm gonna make it presentable. We can put paper wrap. Okay? We're gonna put paper wrap and we're gonna present it on this. And we're gonna get this right here, the duster. Okay? Let that cook. It's still cooking. We're gonna go it up to 3. We're gonna put the Fahrenheit up to 350. Let it cook. Let it bake. In the oven, the cake. Bake it in. It's healthier for your blood and your body stream. Bake it in. It's a fruit. It's a fruit vegetable. Not a vegetable. It's just a fruit vegetable, but it has sweet. It's a fruit. Beet. It has sugar. It's a sugary beet. It makes the color change. You can put a bunch of beets in there. It's sugary. It's very sugary. It's good for your bloodstream. It's good for your bones. It's good for your eyes. It's good for your lips. It's good for all the blood cells of your body to be in your bloodstream. Red and glossy. It's good for your period, your menstrual period. You have monthly thing. Your blood will come out a little bit more reddish and pinky because it's a fruit vegetable, beets, and it's very healthy and it's good for your blood. Okay. That goes into veganism and study of the body.
not even charged, man. It's not to show up. It's just to, you know? Come on now. Okay? I put my hair up in the ponytail. I can smell that cake. That cake smells so good. The cocoa on top. Okay? Let me see if I find any broccoli. Let me see. This Philadelphia whipped cream, I already used it up. There's cocoa. I put cocoa in it. Put it on top. Eat it with strawberry. Philadelphia. Philadelphia cheese. Philadelphia strawberry. Philadelphia cream. I know how to make cream cheese Philadelphia, New York. Yes, that's what it's called. My sister got the idea of making it for Thanksgiving because I know where it came from. Philadelphia cream cheese comes from New York. That's where it started from, saying it Philadelphia cheese, New York. It's actually cream cheese, New York. A slice of cream cheese. I love cream cheese pies. Yes, there is the whipped cream Philadelphia cheese, which I want to try doing instead of making the Philadelphia pie cheese. That's the one my sister makes for Thanksgiving. But there's Philadelphia whipped cream made at vanilla pie. It's whipped cream pie mousse, New York cream cheese. Okay, that one's different. It's a different kind. I bought it at a Chinese bakery. They make Philadelphia cream cheese, whipped cream, New York, vanilla, New York whipped cream cheese. Okay, that's what it's called. Now they're making cream cheese New York. It's the basic one, but there is a whipped cream, and I want to try making it. I've never done it. I want to do it. I want to try it. See if I can whip it into a New York Philadelphia cream cheese whip. And this is done. This oven is still cooking, so we're going to send this to that. If you guys have any ideas how to make it, please help me out. Probably mess up on it. Okay, let's check it. Being hot, okay, and cherry. Okay, it's toasting. Okay. And a knife is what we don't want. It's what we can check our bread with. We're gonna push it in the middle. Did it come out? It came out. You see? It's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do the juice of the bread. So put it back in there. Put it back in. Poke it in the middle. See if it's ready. Push it to the back. It smells good already. Okay, we're taking the knife. Put it away. Okay. This is the sugar brown. Okay. I know. I need to try it. Okay, we're going to keep stirring it. The crystal rock sugar. Okay, crystal rock sugar. Yes, I put 2 sizes. Let's try it one more time. Put it on. That's it. Alright, it's alright. It's perfect, but it's okay. It's fine. I was thinking making rice, man. Let me see if my mom called me. This is my okay, this is my account. Hello, where are you from? Where are you making a bird in the background stimming? The bird in the background stimming what? Spotlight. Hi, I know. Okay, let's get out of here. Go here. And thing. Okay. Now we're checking the bread that it cut. Now let's go take our let's put this on this side. This right here so it won't fall. So in case you want to serve yourself. That there. And let's take the smoke first. Make sure all the lights are off. All this is off. I'm gonna turn. Now I'm gonna leave that on because we're still cooking, and this is the sugar powder. We're gonna have that ready for the sugar powder on the top of the bread. If it's sweet, okay. And we're gonna take this. Oh, where's my bag? Oh, here's my bag. I'm gonna take my bag. Where's my other glasses? I don't even know where my other glasses are. Let's spray some of this in the living room. I know it's a mess. Don't see what I have in here. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. A lot of stuff. Don't look. Don't look. I hate stuff. Oh, don't see it. Don't see the house. It's a mess. So dirty. It's filthy. No, it's fine. It's Betty. It's Betty. It's Betty. Never know. That's my bed. Who is that? Let that onion bake. Let it bake, man. Let's get out of the kitchen. This shit is ready. We just need to make rice. Let's make some rice on the side, just in case they want to eat it with rice. So we're gonna make some rice. They're gonna be hungry or probably not hungry. I don't want to make it and then they don't eat. I'll make side rice. What should I make? Garlic or red pepper, chili rice. What do you think will go great with that? I don't know. Or jasmine rice. You guys already know how to make jasmine rice already. You guys already know. Or red rice. Or butter rice. Should I make butter rice? Butter rice.
men and women, on child support. The reason why I didn't file for child support on behalf of my daughter's father is because his responsibility only was to be in contact with her when he was in Mexico. So he always called in and made sure his daughter was okay when I was a single mother out there working 2 jobs. He was always not always on prompt and calling every day. He called when every once a month, or every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks. It varies, but he still to this day he's in contact with her. He haven't spoken to her for a couple of months now. She's getting older. That's her decision. But when she was little, she was always in contact with her father. She will be in contact with her father as soon as she's ready to, and if she doesn't pick up, she will get back to him until she's back in talking terms with her father. Kids get mad, in process, so they need some time to breathe, and they need to some time to take a break. Sometimes they could be mad at the dad, or they could be mad at me and mother. We can't always win them, to be on our side. But I never got child support. I didn't like that idea to put child support him because I had read into a client of mine. He was a client at a salon. He told me his story about how he got child support put it on him, and he said that he didn't want to not work anymore because he didn't want to support the child. His child is not because he didn't want to. It's because beneficial with child support take money from the dominant man. There's no survival. It takes half all your checks. And so he may not have filed for child support. They put child support on him, but he had to learn how to survive. And I seen him; he was struggling very badly. So there's ways and methods to work under the table and still do child support, pay for the child support if he can, and at the same time survive. Because when child support is paid on the guy or the woman, they take half of the finances, and we're left with nothing. Just like when you go singly going to get GR, hustling, find a new job, find something that will be beneficial later on in life to make money income for you. That's why there's always schools out there. There's always trades out there to pick up, to go and get education on something. Time frame is always different for everybody, so everybody's struggling in this different time frame. Some people are struggling right now, so that's why I never put any child support on him, because it was over there in Mexico, and she was not here, and I wasn't with him, and I was here taking care of my daughter. So money finances like that, he can't send money here to the United States because it doubles. So every time it doubles money wise over there, it's double the money when you send money. Say for example, I want to send $100, it's another extra $100 just to send that $100. So because I didn't want to put child support on him, I worked 2 jobs to take care of my daughter. The only responsibility was him to be in contact with his daughter, to know who he is as a father. Maggie's father is Eduardo Escobedo. He is a professional boxer, like I was telling you guys. That is her biological father. She's still in contact with him. She knows who his father is. He knows who her father is since childhood. Okay, even being here in the United States. So she's still in contact with her father. We know where to find him. We know who he is, and that's why I had lie about getting help, because the same situation as being getting child support put on you. Because we have to find ways how to survive. Sometimes you feel guilty, be like, damn, I feel sneaky around the IRS or something like that. It's not that. There is always a balance. If you get paid on the table, just collect your receipts. Write down your receipts, do your taxes, so you have some type of proof that you pay taxes in the United States, to vary the balance of receiving and paying back to the balance of taxes to the IRS, reporting that you are working. That's something my mom should have done when I started off with my mom, when she was doing the madam sewing, but because I didn't know so much about the receipts that much until later on. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble when I talk about things like this. People get in trouble. We're gonna try to. People say we can't do it. We're gonna be sneaky like this, so they won't like this and that. To worry about taxes. The more taxes you make, you cannot do more over the taxes of IRS, what they're asking for. You have to pay back. If you pay back, you have to pay back what is the IRS owed to you. They told you that you made too much money. You have to pay back those taxes, the money back. So I do that when it comes to fines like that. We overpaid you out for your taxes, so I went back and paid $200, $400 back to them if you owe of a bill. Okay, so some of the treasuries is your credit treasuries. They drop every 7 years. So every 7 years, your credit drops and it restarts. It renews every 7 years. Credit Treasury collects anything from book owns, for any government officials, any union officials. They go to the Treasury, even credit cards and debts that you owe to. You can always get in contact with the Treasury. They have their own website. Credit Karma is one of them. You go there and check with Treasury appointment. They have a billing routine, a routing billing beneficial for you cut downs. What that means is that they have you, maybe if you owe $6,000, they'll break it down to 6,000 for maybe 5 payments if you like, to pay off that $6,000 that you owe from the credit card, from your credit cards or any bill from the Treasury of the government that you owe to. So there is auto pay for every 4 months, and it'll take out of your credit cards right into debt collection of Treasury to pay off any money that you owe, that you to rebuild your credit card to maybe 750 to 850 credit. That is a good enough credit to get a loan, to put up a business, or to put up to get a car loan, or get a apartment, to get any credit payments that are RV. If you have good credit and you put up half of it, you get a loan from half of the loan, and they put up the other half of the money so you can get yourself an RV, or an RV that's already parked on the street. That's like half hustle to get a RV. RV living is a life. It is a style. It is a trend. It's out there traveling and you live in it, but you got to keep your hygiene very off the top notch, because you could get sick very, very, very badly. If you don't have Medi-Cal, you have to have Medi-Cal to go and cover the insurance when you're living in an RV. Those tickets, you have to pay off every ticket, because every ticket will be billed to you and be staying on your credit card. Just like going to jail, you will have a record on you, but you got to keep trapped and acting not to have a record put on you too often, because a cop pull you over, they have a record, and you're a citizen, they have your record, and the cops official have all that information. When I did my intern as a clerk at a police station out here in Washington, out in Los Angeles, I worked under Detective Elder. I did a lot of clerk, a lot of filing of juveniles. I did also entered labeling folders where all his documented needs to be labeled, and he had a sticker, and the sticker would come out and it'll be labeled. I already had experience in labeling. I'm very like to keep everything labeled, just like state board. So I keep everything labeled by the officials to qualify every station or anywhere that we work at. So it could be alphabetically order when you're doing the clerk. It could be last name by alphabetically, or first name by alphabetically by clerk internship. Okay, let's go in there. Yeah, I have some experience in the police station, but I was only there for like a month and I left. But my sister stayed. She stayed and she started working there, and that's how she paid for American Career College, working at the police station. And then she worked at CSC. I used to work at CSI, or CSC. Yeah, CSC Stadium. They do a lot of concerts. My sister worked there, and she finished out working at the police station. Worked there, she transferred to CSC as a security job. Concert. Security guard. I worked at CSC, but I didn't really work there either. I didn't really have experience staying a lot in the job, but I guess I was always fast learner and would quit. I went to OSHA. I actually got my certificate for OSHA. I lost it in storage. I lost a lot of stuff in storage, but in the storage, I had the lift. I paid my $109, took a course there, a forklift. Forklifts have to do a lot of stiff shifting. If you don't know how to stiff shift a car, you lift one leg up, you gas it, and then lift again, put gas again, lift your leg up, and then you gassing it. That's like the stick shift. When you're doing this forklift, they require stick shift left foot lifting. It has to do with also trucking. There's a lot of shift lifts with the stick shift to save gas. Okay. A little bit sports cars. I know a little bit of it. Okay. So some water. OSHA for warehouse. I sent my brother there, but he didn't go. They're going to construction to school. And that's the bread. It's getting toasted brown. Okay, we're gonna get Now a butter knife this time. It's the cherry with the cocoa on top. Okay. This is it right here. You guys see it? Oh, let me move the cherry. Okay, right there. We're gonna get the bread, and we're gonna poke the the butter knife, and see if it comes out clean. It does. Okay, so it's ready. So we're gonna move this plate and move we're gonna get a board. We're gonna get this. The stove is still open, so now we're gonna put this here. Okay. This here. I'm gonna making rice. We're gonna get this to cool off, which is the bread of the betabel. There. Okay, that's it right there. Okay. With cherry. Now we're gonna turn off the oven because we're done using the oven. Make sure everything's turned off. Okay. Yes. But it's not that I have some life skills being out there in the streets, and it's hard for a single mom. And a lot of people can't help you all the time because there's so many people perceive looks could be deceiving, but like I learned in retail in working for retail. In that program, they got me into the police department as an intern, me and my sister. So we went through there. There we're going through a lot of jobs offering. It was work source, so we go and look for work there. And because of them, there's companies where like JCPenney, Sears, Walmart are looking for employees all the time. So you could go to work source and get a job there if you really, really want to work. There's a lot of opportunity there. I should send my daughter there, but my daughter don't really listen. I hope she listens. There's times I know where to send her to get a job, but they go and apply everywhere, but there's no work source in Long Beach. And it's all they're kidding. I gotta look for it. The sources out there, but you have to stay positive about work. Like there's always job opportunity, but you always have to stay positive that you're gonna find some work. And work source is not always offering jobs. I have applied at beauty salons like Sally's. I put in so many applications and Sally's for management or supervisor positions. I do not see myself as an employee working as an employee. You see yourself working as an employee, you're going to be an employee. So I also put an application at Cosmopolitan Corporate. I put my resume there. I go to the corporate so I could go work for the corporate to be in their warehouse, in their company as an employee, as in placement, corporate-wise, compared to working at a Sally store as a supervisor and management. There's two different resumes for two different corporate business. Sally's is a corporate too, but you got to go through their corporate to put in a resume at their office to work at the corporate, just like working at Safeway corporate. Sugar and take that out and pour all the rice. Let's get a cup of rice and we're gonna get the pitcher. This is my dad's old pitcher. Okay, this is the one she used a lot. It's the old, this is how old it is. This pitcher my dad got from my mother. Very long time ago. And other things are meant for other things, and it's not mine. So we're gonna put some rice in here, which is a cup. Now we're gonna go and put some water. We gotta take out all the starch from the rice, okay? So rice has starch. It's that white watery starch that's inside. So we're gonna put the rice in water. Make sure the rice, the starch comes out and soak from the rice.
So let me breathe real quick. I don't cut myself with that. Okay. So we're gonna get this. This is cherry with betabel and cherry with cocoa on top. So we're gonna get this. Okay. Okay. It's the yellow cake betabel. Okay. Make sure it's ready to pull out. Okay. So we're gonna move this out the way. Now this is called a lift. Okay, a lift to pick up the cake and transfer the cake to the plate. Okay. Now people like to flip it. You can if you want to, but we're gonna get a huge spatula. Okay. It's called a flat spatula. Okay. And this is what a flat spatula looks like. Okay. This right here. So we're gonna get this.